and welcome to Behind the Brew. My name is Zalina Nizamudinova, and today we're at Henderson Brewing Company with Steve Himel in Toronto, Ontario. Hi, Steven.
Hello.
So, Steve, how did your brewery get started?
Well, how did the brewery get started? I think that my partner and I, we've both been in the beer business almost all of our adult lives, and I fell in love with beer, with craft brewing, with the whole beer business. And I guess I did a bunch of different things in my life, but I always wanted to open a brewery. And when we saw so many breweries opening, one of the things that disappointed me a tiny bit is that many breweries were really living on the cutting edge, always trying to make the most something beer. And what I loved about craft beer was kind of the simplicity about it. And my partner Aiden, he shared that, and we got together maybe 10 years ago and started talking about opening up a beer that would focus on that, would focus on simpler styles, creating beer that more people could like, but still with a craft ethos.
Mm-hmm. So what is your favorite style of beer?
You know, asking my favorite style of beer is like asking my favorite style of music. I can't really give you a straight answer because my preference varies. I do have some favorites. I really love Henderson's Best, which is an amber ale. To me, that is probably my go-to beer most of the time.
So Henderson has a constantly changing series of different seasonal and specialty beers. Could you tell us more about that?
What we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we gave our brewers and us an opportunity to be constantly evolving, to try new recipes, to be creative. And so right from the start of the brewery, we introduced this thing called our I'd series. And the I'd series is a monthly beer that is inspired by a Toronto story. And what we liked about that is you find a Toronto story and we sit down with the brewers and we talk about the story and we spitball ideas around what kind of beer we could make to bring the story to life. And it's been fantastic. Sometimes we really nail it, like we have a story and then we have a beer and they really come together. Sometimes the link is a little bit tenuous, but it's always fun.
Recently, the brewery teamed up with rock and roll legends Rush to create a Rush Canadian Golden Ale. Could you tell us more about this partnership? How did it start? And also, what can we expect in the future from Henderson and Rush?
You know, this is one of those stories where I was walking on this rail path with my dog and my phone rang and I picked it up. And the short version of the conversation was, "Hi, this is Rush. Would you like to do a beer with us?"
Wow.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not 100% sure why I got that call, and I'll leave that to speculation. But of course we were interested, and we sat down with the band and their team, and about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, we finally started working with the band on recipes. We ended up giving them hundreds of different beers to try over a period of time, and we asked them for their comments. And when we got their comments on what they really liked, we began to build a beer that we thought would deliver what they were hoping to get. We ended up with a Canadian Golden Ale as a style. I love the beer that we ended up making. You know, I love beer. I love sharing beer with people, and we have an expression here at the brewery that is the best beer is the beer you love. And what we mean by that is if I'm drinking a Henderson's Best and you're drinking a Coors Light, but we're out having a good time together, I'm not going to judge you about your Coors Light. If that's what floats your boat, good for you. We're sharing a beer, we're having a good time. And when we were making the Rush beer, what was really important to the guys and to us was that it was not too crafty, and that someone who maybe wasn't used to drinking our style of beer could taste it and say, wow, this is something I could drink. And I think we ended up there. Once we started this project, the guys got really interested in, well, what else can we do with beer? So the beer we did for winter this year is a Belgian quad, which we finished on Riesling grapes. And
grapes?
Yeah, on grape skins.
Huh.
Skins. It's really good. It's a really complex beer that will improve over the next 3 or 4 years. It's 13% alcohol. It's big and fantastic. And once we made that got the guys even more interested. And now I think the idea is they want to keep the Rush Golden Ale as a regular beer, but every so often do these one-offs, limited edition beers to just see what they're like.
So what else can beer lovers can expect from your brewery in the future?
Well, what I really hope is that people will appreciate us for our consistency in our core products, which is not really the answer you're looking for. It means more of the same. We're working really hard to make sure that our core products stay fresh, stay high quality and stay consistent. In addition to that, we will continue to do our monthly Ides beers and trying to push the boundaries wherever we can. I remember reading once that beer should never be compared to wine. It should be compared to music because there are so many varieties. And I love music and I'm prepared to listen to anything. You know, I'm not an EDM lover, but maybe I'll hear an EDM tune that I can fall in love with. Same is true with beer. I can't say that I'm generally a lover of fruited beers, but never say never.
So where can people find your beer?
So we're in, lots of different places. We're in about 400 LCBOs around the province. We're in grocery and beer stores too. We're in a couple of hundred bars and restaurants, mostly in the GTA, but also throughout Ontario. And of course, right here at the brewery. With the Rush beer, we are sending that beer across the country. And in fact, anybody can get any of our beers shipped anywhere in Canada. And the Rush beer will eventually be available through the liquor boards in all the provinces. We're hoping by the end of next summer.
Okay, thank you for your time, Steve.
Cheers, awesome, thank you.
Thank you. And I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Behind the Brew. And if you'd like to learn more about Henderson Brewery, you can visit their website at hendersonbrewing.com. I'm Zelina, and thank you for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.